So I'll give a briefing first on the type of collections and how we use the syntax. I'll give us some time to go through as well. And then lastly, if I have time, then you probably have to continue with the exercise question number 4. Last week we have an exercise, right? So we have a question 4. It's related to the collection. Okay, so if you have time, then we go to continue with question 4. So what is collections? It's like the array in the C++, but however there are 4 different types of collections in the Python. So we call it as a list, tuple, set, and a dictionary. So each of this type of the collection has its own purpose. It depends on the applications. So the one thing about the collections here is you can store heterogeneous data types. Right? Unlike the C++, whenever you create an array, you can only store the value from similar data type, right? So, but for the collections, you can store anything inside each of the collections here. You can store a value, a string, char, yeah, inside. It's just like a blank. It's just like a blank. Then you can throw whatever inside the blank, right? So the syntax for the list is a square. Whenever you see a square here, the first one, list, that is stand for the list. So what is the advantage for the list here is mutable. The meaning of mutable means you are allowed to do the multiplication. Editing, you add, you delete, you pop out, you remove from the list. Okay, so this list is ordered. Order means you have the index. You have an index, you have a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like normal array. You can retrieve the value based on the index. You can remove the value based on the index or based on the value. You can have also a duplicated value. Right? So you can have a value in 0 here. You have a char here or whatever string. So if list is very common to use. With a tuple here, we use square bracket. We use square bracket. So, but all the characteristics between the list and tuple are the same. The only difference here is immutable. Immutable means after you create this tuple, you are not allowed to modify, create, delete, modify, or edit, whatever. So we use this whenever we like to store some value which you don't need to modify later. For example, the coordinates, the GPS, the coordinates, you don't want to modify, so you use tuple. Other than this, it's orders, it's allowed to duplicate. Set, so we use curly bracket. We use curly bracket. So later on, you will see that from the notebook, there are another way to declare this set, where you use the functions called set attribute set. There's another way, so you will see go through later. So the set is slightly different than the list and tuple. It's not order. So it means that you cannot retrieve the object based on the index. It's just like a plastic bag. Right? You throw the value inside. You can throw any values, a string or decimal point, an integer, whatever inside. But it is not ordered. You cannot remove. You cannot remove based on the index. Let's say that I want to remove this value 10 based on the index. Cannot. But you can remove based on the value. But there's no index. Okay? And then it is not duplicated. So it means that you can't have the similar value inside this plastic bag. You have another, if you would like to add another value tag inside this bag, but we already have this tag, so this one will be rejected. So all the value inside this bag is unique. Okay? So you can go through later. And then the last one, dictionary. So dictionary is a special type of collection. It is not literally based on the index, but it literally based on the key. So what does it mean by the key? So let's say now you like to store something. Name? Jackson. Okay, you have a Jackson here. your height? 180. 101. Weight? 50.
100.
60, yeah? 60. For example, what is the value is not very happy now. So we have a three value here. So we don't have index. For the dictionary, we don't have index. Instead, we have to give a name to each of these values. For example, name. This is the weight, not the weight. Right? And then this is the weight. We give a name to each of these values. The moment that we declare, this is how we declare. We have to base on the key. This is actually the key. This is the key, and this is the value. So we put the key first, put a column. What is the name? What is the value here? Text. This is how we declare. Followed by a comma. Okay, second line, right? Okay, and then the value, and so on. So this is how we declare. It comes with tag, key, and the value. So whatever you want to remove, retrieve, is everything based on the key. Right? You want to remove, add, edit, whatever. It's no longer based on the index. So you can modify same like list and set. You can modify, you can edit. You are allowed to have duplicated values, but not duplicated key. You can't have a same key here. If you have another key, you add. So it will overwrite. It will overwrite. Okay. So you go through first. I think we have I have a very detailed documentation. So you have a list how to declare it, list of the list, and then okay, let me cover a little bit on this. What is list comprehensive? List of comprehension is where you are allowed to do a modification on each element inside a list. Just like you are using a for loop, you modify. Okay, so we have a list here. So basically, I will just modify. We check the condition, and then I will modify each of this value and create another variable, create another list, and restore the new value. So this is nothing special. You can go through. What is so special is on this one. So this is what you have learned last week in line if statement. In that if statement is where you simplify the 4 line of coding right into a single line. So we have a inline for statement also. There is something wrong with this. Alright, the for you have to put inline. Yeah, so this is where we try to simplify. We have a long coding here. This 4 line, 4, and then if here we simplify this 4 line into a single line. You try this later. Okay. Again, it's up to you. You want to use either this way to write your code for your assignment, or you can use inline if statement or inline for statement. This is a simplified. Okay. And then you have a tuple you go through later. You have to see the properties of the tuple. You will see that we are not allowed to modify or remove or edit. Okay. Meanwhile, unpack is where you would like to unpack the element inside a list or a tuple into different variables. Like in the C++, if you have a 2 elements here, you have to manually assign this index 0 stored inside one variable. You have to assign this, which is coordinate index number 1 stored inside variable. But in the Python, you can straight away assign this variable into different variables. You no need to use this weight anymore. It is very convenient. Okay, just unpack. It's very simple. So you can go through the set, yeah, and then I do provide you the how to declare the set as well as another way to declare a set as I mentioned, either a curly bracket or you use a function called a set. Then you are able to declare a set. And then what is the properties? It's also shown here. It's not order, it's actually a plastic bag. Then you are allowed to modify it. So for the section 6.3.4 is not very important. I don't think you will use this in your assignment later. It is just to find out the value which is in union, in intersection. Last time, I believe that you learned max, you learned about this. You have a 2 group, right? You have a value 1, 2, you have a 4, 5. So you like to find the intersection point between the two groups, then you use intersection. So we have these functions under this set. Okay, but it's nothing special. You can go through yourself. You want to find out the intersections, then you use the function intersections. If you want to find the union, which is the element for these two groups, then you use the function called not union. So this is actually just two different sets, two different elements. And you want to find the union, you want to find the intersection, difference as well as the symmetric difference. So this one you learned last time, right? Max. So just to show you some functions. It's not very important here. Then we have a dictionaries. How to declare dictionaries? We have a pair here. So I want you to go through later, not only to scroll up and down, you modify the value. How to retrieve the value is based on the key. Modify the value, put your value inside and then see it. Then we have other ways to declare the dictionaries also. Alright, and then how do we access the dictionaries? And as well as lastly, we have a comparison and table between these four type of dictionaries, or this so-called the collection. So I'll give you about 20 to 30 minutes to go through this. Then we have to go through the question number 4. Okay? Any questions? You can't open the file. You want, you cannot get it, let me know. Okay. So far, okay. If you feel that this is okay, good. I will explain a little bit on this question 4 first. For those who are already familiar, it's okay, then you can continue with the question. Otherwise, I want you to practice. Try to see what is the syntax for each of this collection. Otherwise, then you can continue with this exercise. Here. How many of you play this mastermind game before? Do you know what is mastermind? Don't know. Okay. Okay, mastermind game is a game where we have 2 players. Okay, we have 2 players. So let's say we have a player 1. So this is player 2. So player 1 acts as a guesser. Okay. So player 2 acts as a boss. So this boss here, he has to randomly pick out of 6 colors. We have 6 colors in the collection. We have to randomly pick 4 colors and put in 4 positions. Maybe we put blue at the first position, red in the second position, yellow in the third position, and maybe what else? Green in the last position. and type the answer. Okay, and then the player 2, he has 10 chances, right? He has 10 chances. So he need to guess. Okay, he need to guess. So same, we have a position, four positions. Player 1 has to guess in the first position what is the color is most probably light. He has to guess for perhaps wait, maybe he guessed this is maybe black. So he guessed this is yellow. So after that he guessed this is white, something like this. You need to guess. So what you need to do here is, so this box we have to compare. Blue, is it blue equal to the R? No. But however, is it blue inside one of the position here? Yes, right. It means that this player 1 has guessed correctly that the blue is inside the answer, but the position is wrong. Then we need to give the hint. Okay, we have one color which is correct, but however the position is wrong. Then we need to compare the second one. R. We have a R here, but in the wrong positions. So means that we have a 2 correct color, but at the wrong position. So check the third one. Yellow, yes, correct. So we have a 1 correct position with the color. And then last one, W is wrong. So nothing. So this one will be your hint to back to the player 1. So player 1, he has to think or have the 2 colors at the wrong positions, but 1 color at the correct position. You need to think again. You need to try and error. Maybe it changed to maybe blue, maybe it changed to red, maybe it changed to white, and so on and so forth. Then we have to another answer to this player 1. So player 1 again has to interpret based on the answer returned to the player. You need to guess again. So guess until 10 times. If this player 1 is able to answer or guess correctly this 4 color at the correct position, it means that he wins the game. Else he loses the game. So this is the mastermind game. So you can actually play this game also online. But however, in this exercise, it's asking you to build. You write a code where you are asking the user to key in 4 colors and then see whether it's guessed correctly. Okay, so you can play this game. But however, I'm not going to ask you to play this game. But I want you to code the game. Is it challenge? Difficult? Do you want the answer? No. No. You are not interested to. So you go through first. I will show you the answer here. So I want you to code hands-on. Write the code yourself. Maybe I will explain a little bit on this. Okay, so this is our main function to ask the user to display the title, ask the user to key in, right? Ask the user to key in the code for this function. So we have another function here. So this is where the program, this act like a player 2. You will pick 4 colors and put at 4 locations. I randomly pick 4 colors. So this function is mainly to guess. Okay, this is player 2. Player 2 has to put 4 colors. So this is the function where the player 2 has to player 1 has to guess. So this is player 2. Player 2 pick 4 colors and player 1 guess the 4 colors. And then this function is about to check the color guessed by the user, is it equal to the one that given by the boss. So check. So and then give the feedback. That's it. Yeah. So we have only 4 modules. So you code it and you play and see whether you can understand this chunk of code. you're very familiar with the collection first, then only you go into this structure now. I will run the first, the previous, then you run this time. Okay. Then only run this one. Otherwise, the program doesn't know what the ring by number. The number is placed. Debated one. Okay. Because we have only limited 1 hour, so I go a bit fast. So I need your effort also to try. If anything you don't know, you need to rush up your hand. exactly the same. The indentation, as I mentioned, indentation is very important in the Python. If you ignore all the indentation, you get a lot of error. Indentation means that the sentence belongs to the information.
not G as well.